Then you see a pack of Hell's Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out there.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there, I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today, let's try this again. I got cut off the other day in the middle of my stream for no apparent reason. I think there's people out there that don't want me to put this information out. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because I keep getting cut off on my stream, and you know, I'm not doing what they say I'm doing, so I don't get it. But we're going to try this again. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. Let's get down to business. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. Nomad Reaper, what's good? Mountain Woman, thank you for joining me. I appreciate all you guys who've been on an upward trajectory. And we're going to talk about the feds keep taking you down. I don't know if it's the feds. Maybe it's these two feds. Could be. Hey, shout out to Brazil. We got Brazil in the house. Dinah, 24K, what's good? Penguin, how are you? Rory, what's good, man? Thank you guys for joining me today. So these two guys are two outlaws that live inside the law? What? They're trying to change the definition of outlaw. Outlaw means you live outside the law. I mean, anybody with a brain cell knows that, right? But these guys are outlaws. Have respect. Outlaws. We're changing the definition of outlaws. Outlaws that don't live outside the law? It's like a oxymoron. These guys are complete idiots. They have a 1% tab on their jackets because they're not cuts, and they have a badge right next to it, right next to a camera. So there's a 1% tab and then a camera. Never seen those things. Those things don't go together, you know? It's very, very odd. So we're going to talk about the definition of an outlaw. What is an outlaw? An outlaw is a person who has broken the law, especially one who remains at large or a fugitive. That's what an outlaw is. What does it mean to be an outlaw? It's a person or a group, a thing that excludes the benefits and the protection of the law. And we all know they run to the protection of the law. That's the first thing they do, because they can't stand up for themselves. They're not men. They're definitely not men. They throw the rock and hide their hand, and they definitely aren't outlaws. So a person under sentence of lawry, a person who refused to be governed by an establishment's rules or practices of any groups, a rebel, a nonconformist. One of the outlaws. Oh, that says something else. So an outlaw is an original It's an original. In legal meaning, it means a person declared outside the protection of the law. And clearly, these guys need the law to protect them. Everywhere they go, they have the police right on standby. And this little group that they have, it's not a motorcycle club. Cornballs. Their mother created this group, and they're taunting big major 1% clubs that have a lot of respect throughout the country. And some people think it's a joke. Some people think, there's different things on what people think. But in the end, they're not going to be laughing. And we all know this. Like, they're going to step into some shit that they can't get off their shoe. And it's just crazy. Altered state of chaos. How are you? Thanks for joining me today. Beowulf. How are you, man? We got people piling in. Slow Ride. How are you? Judas. These twins again. Well, they keep taking my lives down. Shout out to Chicago. Den, what's good? Shout out to Stevie Bullets out there in Chicago. He had an incident happen. His car burst into flames on the highway. I'm talking like big flames. Like his car burnt to a crisp. Let me see if I can show you guys. It was pretty wild. I was like, holy shit. So today we're going to talk about a couple different things. We're going to talk about Kohlberger, Brian Kohlberger, the guy who killed the college kids. I think it was 3 women and 1 guy while they were sleeping. So he has been sentenced, right? And he's being tormented in the cell. I've been to prison before, and I know what it's like to be in a cell and have people yelling shit to you through the vents. And the word on the street is he is being tormented through the vents. They keep saying, we're going to get you. They keep pounding on the doors. They're not stopping. So what you have to do in that type of situation is show them that you're not afraid of the people. But he's not going to get that opportunity. Prison definitely sucks. Been there multiple times. And I've definitely had this situation happen where people are talking shit through the vents. When the door pops, they're not talking shit no more. I'm like, what happened? And listen, I'm not the craziest dude on the block. I'm not the toughest guy on the block. But I will 100% stand up for myself. And that's what I did. And these dudes are not. All that shit they were talking through the vents, they weren't about it. When the doors popped, none of them, they didn't come up to me and do shit. As things progress, you stand up for yourself, and usually they leave you alone. And that's what happened with me. But with him, it's a different story. He's in there for a pretty heinous crime. And I got a video of him in the cell. Let's take a look at it.
Brian, you piece of shit, we're waiting.
Now, he is terrified. This is him in the cell. This is right after he got sentenced. And I hear that it's 24 hours a day. They are not letting up on him. He even called the COs to his cell to help him. Like, please get me out of here. Can you guys protect me? And there's nothing they can do. He's in solitary confinement. The people in the vents are not going to stop. They do not give a shit if they get hit with a write-up or something for yelling stuff through the vents. They don't care. What the hell do they care? So they're making his life a living hell, and that's great. So this is a video from TikTok. I'll get the name of this person, and I'll share the link in the description.
Hey Brian, you piece of shit, we're waiting. We're gonna get you. It's only a matter of time. We're coming.
So we've all been hearing about Brian Kohlberger being harassed in prison in his cell through the vents. Well, apparently one of these officers decided to take a video. I'm sure they're going to be out of a job here shortly, but thank you for your service. This is the type of stuff he's going to be hearing through that cell, and way worse. See, he's looking up because there's a vent up there in the corner, and when you're in prison, you can communicate through the vents. You can yell through one, you can hear it from the other side, and if you yell loud enough, you'll hear it throughout a few cells. This is how people relay messages during lockdown. Now, this piece of shit is in protective custody, so no one will ever get near him anytime soon. But hopefully in the future they do let him out, although they say their plans are not to. I do believe down the road he's going to get into general population at some point. When he does, there's going to be some people in here with life sentences that just don't give a shit, that have been waiting for their moment to strike, and I can't wait until they do.
Do you guys think that they will put him in general population? I'm just curious what your thoughts are. Do you think that they'll let Kohlberger out in general population? I don't know. He has a pretty heinous crime, and I'm not sure. I have the guy's TikTok right here. Go follow him. His name's Robert.jn78. So go follow him on TikTok. Do you think that they'll let him out into general population? I don't think they will anytime soon. He just barely escaped the death penalty with the heinous crimes that he committed, and I don't think they're gonna let him into general population. Really don't. Thank you for gifting a membership, Lindsay. I appreciate that. Who got the membership? About the towelhead who was driving a semi-truck and turned in the middle of the road. I didn't see that. So, yesterday when I was doing the stream, or was it yesterday or the day before, when I got cut off, I was doing the stream about these two guys, and that's why I'm talking about them again, because I didn't get to finish what I was doing. Truck driver that got nothing. Wait, what? I didn't hear that. Wild out there almost yesterday. Kid still in the hospital, critical condition. I didn't see that. So these guys, I'll look into it though. These guys been putting posts saying that they definitely couldn't stop us if you can. Stop us if you can. Shout out to Blue Horseshoe. So I'll look into it. Altered states of chaos. So these guys made a post saying, always riding, never hiding, right? They posted a picture of a motorcycle. But someone noticed that's not the bike that these guys ride. And someone got suspicious, right? So this guy commented on it and posted it. And someone wrote to this guy on TikTok and said, hey, these guys stole my girl's post. So the twin Outlaw Brotherhood stole this guy's girlfriend's post of her riding her bike. And they said it was them and that they were riding. Like, stuff like this blows my mind, that someone would have the gall to do that type of shit. Now, this is Big Red from TikTok. Go subscribe. Let me see if I could get it. Big Red Official from TikTok. I'll put the link in the... Make sure if you guys go there, tell him Staxx sent you. And here is his link. Let's check out this video. This is quite telling.
Oh, twins are spinning light bulbs again. Somebody sent me a message and said, "Hey man, the twins stole my old lady's video." I was like, "Oh yeah? Send it."
Boom. Hey man, I got something for you. Twin Outlaws, bitches, stole a video from my old lady's page saying that they ride bikes. What? What do you say? Staxx ever walk around East LA? I'm not from the West Coast. I've definitely been to LA, 100%. Back in 2001, I was out in LA.
And at first, I was like, what could this be? You know what I mean? And then I go and I look.
All right, so this is their post, right? Look, Twin Outlaw Brotherhood. And you say, Twin Outlaw, don't ride. That's their picture on the right, right? So now listen to what this guy says.
Now, I had already commented on this video a couple days back or whatever it was and said, it's not a street glide. You guys have two black street glides, identically the same, or whatever it was that I said. That's clearly not a street glide in that video. But here is the original video that they stole from a woman's page and created the video saying, "And you say the twins don't ride."
Now here's the original. That's crazy. This is the original post, right? And you can see her picture right there. They stole this picture from her TikTok, posted on their TikTok, and said, "And you say the twins don't ride." That's crazy. And I want to ask you guys something. I want to ask you a question. Did you ever see these guys ride a bike? Ever? I've seen them around a bike. I've never seen them ride a bike. Ever.
Now imagine having not one, but two motorcycles right in your garage. You sit by them all the time in your lives. They're in there. They only got 400 something miles on them, but they're in there.
Maybe they don't have bikes. Do you think that might be the case? Maybe they really don't have bikes. Could be, right?
And you have two motorcycles in your garage. And instead of taking your own footage from your own motorcycles to prove that you ride your motorcycle, you take a woman's video of her on the back of her old man's bike and say it's yours. And that right there is why I will forever, until the end of time, step on these two bozos' necks. I will troll them till the end of time. I don't care if nobody watches it. I will continue to be the counterbalance of their absolute methed up fucking delusion that they live in. Period. Point blank. Everything about these dudes is fugazi, is fake, is just, I mean, I don't know. But there y'all go. It's just more proof that these two bozos are just Bert and Ernie, man. Bert and Ernie.
Bert! Hey, Bert! You'll never guess who my BF is.
BF?
Best friend.
Well, I know who
Here,
that
I'll
is,
give you some
Ernie.
hints. He's yellow.
Yeah.
He loves the bath. And he has a beak.
Honey, I do not have a beak.
Oh, and he squeaks.
I do not squeak.
Let's go back to the pickup truck, brother. Oh, man. These guys are crazy. Big bad outlaws with their badge right next to their 1% tab. Let's go back to the truck. These guys are out of their minds. They really are. They really are. And did you know you can become a bail enforcement agent too? It's just 16-hour class. Look at that. Justin Brooks, bail enforcement agent. Oh, look at that. Bail bond agent. But they never practiced it because they went to the Black Lives Matter rally, and you know what they did there. And they got arrested. So that excludes them from practicing bail bond recovery. So all this stuff that they're bail agents, and they do give me real dog the bounty hunter vibes, you know what I'm saying? But they're not bail bonds agents. They got a little certificate online. It's not hard. You can do it too. But these guys are straight. I don't think they are cops, though. I really don't. I don't think they're smart enough to be cops. You know, they had their mom read the questions off this website for them, right? They probably had their mom take the test for them. So we're going to talk about a bunch of other things. Let's talk about this guy. Do you guys know who this is? This guy's a millionaire. Oh, yeah. Why is he locked up? He just won the lotto for $167 million. And he was arrested, along with his girlfriend there. Let me get the story. Kicked me in the face. Newly minted $167 million Powerball winner celebrating his victory with a trip to jail, body camera shows. So there's body camera footage of this. I'll post it on Patreon. You know I can't play that type of stuff on YouTube. I will get in trouble for it. I'm trying to obey the laws of YouTube's prison. Newly released body camera footage video shows the winner of $167 million Powerball jackpot kicking a man's as a deputy was detaining him. Though it was not entirely clear from the vantage point of the police video, the deputy quickly claimed that the lottery winner also struck him in the face. He fucking kicked me in the face. He's fucking going, the deputy said. The deputy was quite livid. As he later returned to the sheriff's office vehicle to get gloves, he yelled, "That motherfucker." Court documents, police wrote about swelling and redness of the deputy's face, especially under his right eye. The suspect got in more trouble when he tried to run away from the deputies and took a nasty fall as the deputies tackled him to the ground. He was clearly bleeding, with the floor streaked in red. This incident occurred just 2 days after James Farthing. His name is James Farthing. He's 50 years old, got a life-changing luck. He and his mother won the Powerball in Kentucky. Farthing and his girlfriend, Jacqueline Fightmaster. Her name is Jacqueline Fightmaster. And his name is Farthing. You can't make this up. So Jacqueline Fightmaster, 42, celebrated at the Trade Winds Resort in St. Pete Beach in Florida. As seen on the footage, Pinellas County deputies arrived to find a second man, an Iowa resident, grappling with Farthing from behind on April 29th. This man later told deputies that Farthing had hit him in the jaw, and he himself was acting in self-defense. Bleeding on the floor, Farting voiced an apology after the deputy complained about getting kicked. Save your fucking sorries for later, the deputy said. The case against Farting for battery of law enforcement officers, simple battery and obstruction, and resisting an officer without violence is going. He pleaded not guilty. Fightmaster pleaded no contest soon after the incident to misdemeanor disorderly intoxication. Received a day for time served in jail in order to pay a $570 fine and fees. As seen in the footage, Fightmaster, who was sitting on the floor, told deputies that nothing happened that night. Authorities did not charge the second man in the fight. So this guy just won $167 million. And he goes to jail. And his last name is Farting. The first thing I would do is change my last name. Crazy. It's just insane. It was just about his last name. Yeah, it had nothing to do with him winning the money or anything. Steve, what's good? If I won that kind of money, I wouldn't tell anyone. I wouldn't either. Now everyone knows, right? Now everybody knows. He could have bought the resort that he went to. Like, he could have bought the whole resort. Insane. Well, at least he's got bail money, 100%. You know, one time I was locked up, and I was with a guy who won the lotto. He was arrested for driving around a van full of cash, and he got arrested for it. And he was in there bonding people out and throwing his money around. I was already sentenced, so I couldn't get out, and that sucked. But he was bonding everybody out, and I was like, damn. But I was already sentenced, so it really sucked. But I'll never forget that. He was bonding out random people. A couple of years back, the Twins Outlaws actually called a guy that had a TikTok beef with and threatened his young daughter with goofy shit. What? I did not know that. Mike Ball, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining me this morning. Appreciate you. I did not know that. This dude's name is Farting. His last name is Farting. Mick, what's up? Yeah, I've been getting banned recently on my lives. Pretty much every day I've been getting banned. I got banned like 3 times in the last week. It's crazy. Makes absolutely no sense. But I think I have the reason why these guys are doing this. So, you know, they created their website, right? And they're selling products on their TikTok. So that could be the underlining thing towards these guys doing
All right,
that.
fellas, what you just seen, I'd get yourself one of these nice, beautiful flashlights before they run out. I'll be
That looks like a cop light to me.
safe out there. Get yourself.
It flashes red and blue. If anyone wants
one of these flashlights.
some red and blue. YouTube trash. TCG. Who's YouTube trash?
I'd get yourself one of these nice, beautiful flashlights before they run out. I'll be safe out there. Get yourself one of these flashlights before they're off the shelf.
So these guys are trying to promote products and selling different shit. I found my way here for a reason. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. So we're going to talk about a couple other things that are going on. You guys know the pagans are out in Colorado, the 15th through the 17th. So it started yesterday, I believe, and it's going to go through Sunday. And we'll see if there's any incidents. Hopefully there's not. Hopefully it's a peaceful ride, and I think they're just riding to a bunch of different places and just hanging out. But they're it says also this weekend, the Pagans Motorcycle Club had said that they'll be in Oak Creek through Sunday. The Route Sheriff's Office confirmed that up to 700 people may attend. The Sheriff's Office and local law enforcement say that they'll be staffed accordingly to make everyone have a fun and safe, peaceful weekend. If there are any specific cares concerned or questions, police say contact the local sheriff's office. So I think they're posting a lot of this to scare people, you know? There's nothing really to worry about. I mean, I don't understand why they keep doing that. I have all the notifications, but swear YouTube blocks his stuff. They do, 100%. I got blocked like 3 times in the last week. It's crazy. YouTube is trash, man. 100% YouTube is trash. I'm moving to different platforms. Go subscribe to Rumble, Spotify. I'm on all of them. Rumble, Spotify, Patreon's a big one. I put a lot of content on Patreon, and doesn't cost that much money. But I'm going to different platforms, so make sure you guys go check out those platforms. And I can post stuff that I can't post here, so it'll be definitely worth it. Patreon's probably the best content because they don't try to censor me like the way a lot of other ones do. Sinister Priest, what's going on? Ghost Eagle Guardian, thank you for joining me today. So we're going to talk about a couple other things. There have been a lot of accidents. Fayetteville man dies after crash involving motorcycle in Prairie Grove. 16-year-old also involved in the collision. Prairie Grove, a Fayetteville man has died from his injuries suffered Thursday in a 2-vehicle crash involving a motorcycle in Prairie Grove. The collision occurred about 4:10 p.m. at the intersection of Apple Hill and US 62, according to a news release from Prairie Grove Police Department. The crash involving a motorcycle and another vehicle, but the release did not specify what type of other vehicle, nor the make or model of the motorcycle. Travis Samples, 38, of Fayetteville, was taken to Washington Regional Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead, the state released. The 16-year-old was also involved in the crash, but the release did not state who was driving the vehicle. It also does not specify the teenager's gender, nor the injuries they suffered. They could have been on the back of the bike, you know. Police department is actively working to determine the circumstances surrounding the accident, and additional information will be provided as it becomes available, according to the news release. That's sad. A lot of people are passing away, and this year has been pretty extra for people getting killed on motorcycles. Hello man arrested for recklessly driving a motorcycle and eluding law enforcement. This is in Washington and Adams County. Hello man was arrested for eluding police on a motorcycle on Highway 17 late Friday morning. According to the Adams County Sheriff's Office, Adello police tried to stop 19-year-old Isaac Chavez around 11 a.m. Chavez left the city and went southbound on South Highway 17. Deputies followed Chavez, who then drove on Highway 24 and entered Franklin County. Around 2.5 hours later, someone contacted the Adams County Sheriff's Office saying there was an abandoned motorcycle about 1.5 miles from the south of the county line. Deputies went out to the area and confirmed it was the same motorcycle. Chavez was arrested for attempting to elude police vehicle and was booked into jail. So it's constant. Stuff is transpiring. So this is a crazy story. Woman hit and killed by a machete while riding a motorcycle. Judge makes ruling on suspect's competency. A judge ruled probable county man charged with murder for killing a woman with a machete as she was riding on a motorcycle is competent to stand trial for killing her. Kenneth Brabant, 59, is facing charges of murder and other charges for the death. Leah Huff, 41, of Middletown in June. Brabant, his lawyer had sought a plea of not guilty with reason of insanity while he was found competent to stand trial. He did request a not guilt by reason of insanity evaluation, which meant he'll be evaluated for his mental health state at the time of the crime he's accused of committing. Huff was the passenger on a motorcycle when her friend on Upper Summers Road, when Brabant allegedly came to the end of his driveway and swung a machete at them. The machete slashed Huff's leg, which caused her to bleed profusely. The motorcycle driver made a short drive back to his friend's house at Uckerman Creek and called 911. However, first responders got to the home. Huff had died from her injuries. That's crazy. During a July court appearance, the sheriff's deputies testified that Babbitt had allegedly admitted to killing Huff, whom he didn't know. So he was just standing at the end of his driveway. A motorcycle was going by, and he took a machete and just swung it at him and hit her in the leg. And they just took off. He went to his friend's house, called an ambulance, and she already died from losing too much blood. That's crazy. Like what? I mean, sometimes people get mad when people ride up and down the street, when people rip up and down the street with dirt bikes and motorcycles. Sometimes people get pretty pissed about that type of stuff. But that's just insane to take someone's life over them riding a motorcycle because they're riding it near your house. So in other news, the rapper Sean Kingston was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for a $1 million fraud scheme. That's a long time. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, rapper Sean Kingston was sentenced Friday to 3.5 years in prison after being convicted of a $1 million fraud scheme in South Florida. Kingston, whose real name is, I can't pronounce that shit. His last name is, his middle name and last name is Paul Anderson. His mother, Janice Turner, were each convicted by a federal jury in March for conspiracy to commit wire fraud, 4 counts of wire fraud. The judge sentenced Turner last month to 5 years. So his mother got 5 years. He got 3.5. Him and his mother were doing a scheme where they were like trying to sell all these luxury watches, but they didn't own the watches. So they would sell them and not give the watches to the people. It was just craziness. I mean, this dude has a pretty big name. He sold a lot of records and he could have just kept going with his little music career, right? Instead, he wants to scam people. So that's what you get, right? The same judge sentenced Kingston, who was immediately taken into custody, and also ordered that a restitution hearing should be held in 90 days. Kingston's sentence is to be followed by 3 years of supervised release. So he got screwed on that one. Kingston, 35, and his mother were arrested in May of 2024 after a SWAT team raided Kingston's rented mansion in his suburban Fort Lauderdale. Turner was taken into custody during the raid, while Kingston was arrested in Fort Irwin Army Training Base in California, Mojave Desert, where he was performing. According to court records, Kingston used social media from April 2023 to March 2024 to arrange purchases of high-end merchandise. After negotiating deals, Kingston would invite the sellers to one of his high-end Florida homes and promise to feature them and their products on social media. Investors said that when it came time to pay, Kingston and his mother would text the victim fake wire receipts of luxury merchandise, in which included a bulletproof Escalade, watches, a 19-foot LED TV, investigators said. When the funds never cleared, victims often contacted Kingston and Turner repeatedly, but neither of them paid or received money, only after filing a lawsuit and contacting law enforcement. Kingston, who had been born in Florida and raised in Jamaica, shot to fame at the age of 17 with his hit song Beautiful Girls, which laid the lyrics over Ben King's 1961 song Stand By Me. His other hits including Take You There in 2007 and Fire Burning in 2009. But now he's going to be sitting in a prison cell for a fucking long time. There's a couple other stories we got going. All right, this happened in, I believe, New Zealand. So we all know what motorcycle club this is, right? I mean, I know the pictures are blurry, but looks like they're a prospect. And this is what they got caught with. So, drug charges in Hebert. Detectives of the gang task force have charged 2 people in retaliation to drug offenses in Hebert on Friday morning. Around 8:40 p.m., police members of the fugitive task force conducted a traffic apprehension on a vehicle traveling along Stewart Highway. The sole occupant, 51-year-old female driver, returned positive results for cocaine and methamphetamine during a roadside drug and alcohol testing. Holy shit. They made them test right there on the side of the road. Following this, members of FTF and GTF conducting a lawful search of the two's property linked to the female. Police located 28 grams of cocaine, extendable batons, and items linked to Outlaw Motorcycle Gang. As a result, the 51-year-old and her 45-year-old male partner were arrested. Both alleged offenders were charged with possession of Schedule 1 dangerous drug, trafficking quantity, and possession of prohibited weapon, with a female receiving additional charge of drive with dangerous bodily drugs, or drive with dangerous drugs in body. They have been remanded to appear in court on the 18th of August, which is in 2 days. This is in Australia. And apparently, the guy was a prospect for the Hells Angels. And they took his cut. And there it is. That's the baton right there. Go to Patreon and you'll be able to see the video right now of the Bandito, a Bandito prospect getting into an altercation with 5 Mongols, and it doesn't go the way you think. The 5 Mongols turn around, jump on their bikes, and drive away. And you would think that they would fight the guy, but nope. So apparently what happened is one of the Mongols, they get off their bikes. This isn't in the video. This is before the video appeared. They got off their bikes. One of the Mongols pulled out a knife onto the Bandito prospect. The Bandito prospect headbutts the guy with the knife, and he drops the knife. And then he's challenging all of them. And that part's on video where he's like putting his hands up like, what's up? What's good? And they're all talking, and the Mongols end up turning around and walking away, jumping on their bikes and driving away. And I got this from an inside source. They know everyone involved. I got all their names and everything. So they told me everything that happened. And go check it out. It's on Patreon. It's pretty wild. So people think that, oh, just because it's a large group, it doesn't always end the way that you think, you know? But anyway, I want to know what you guys think of this whole situation. So there was a situation in Toronto as well in August. Toronto's King West biker chase ends in an unprovoked shooting. In the stillness of a summer night, King Street West transformed into a stage of violence when a speeding motorbike, a dark confrontation, and gunfire shattered the calm and forever upending lives. The ride turns ruthless. In the hours of Friday, August 8th, 2025, at approximately 2:42 a.m., police receive emergency calls from the area of King Street West and Sudbury Street reporting gunshots. What unfolded was a chilling sequence of events that began with a motorcyclist nearly striking a group of friends, only to later return and unleash a hail of bullets as they tried to walk away. The witness described the rider initially sped past the group when they were walking, then circled back, hurling obscenities before vanishing momentarily. Moments after he appeared, brandishing a firearm and opened fire, an act that police have labeled unprovoked. The barrage left a man and woman, both in their 30s, with life-threatening, life-altering injuries. Paramedics rushed them both to the hospital, where they survived, and their recovery is uncertain. Toronto Police Services initiated gun and gang task force, sprang into action just days later on Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. Investigators arrested 32-year-old Naeem Alexander of Toronto, charging him with a litany of offenses: 4 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault, unauthorized possession of a loaded restricted firearm, occupying a motor vehicle with a firearm, possession of a firearm contrary to prohibition. I can't even fucking say that word. Basically, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Alexander made his court appearance on the same day. Earlier that morning, police had appealed to the public, urging anyone with video, security, or dash cam footage to come forward. Authorities emphasized that even a seemingly minor clue could prove to be pivotal in the prosecuting of the case. This shooting isn't just another headline. It is a raw emblem of public safety at risk. The tensions and the anguish left in the wake. For those walking in the streets of King West, a quiet stroll became a brush with death. For the community, it raises pressing questions. How do we protect the public spaces when threats ride fast on two wheels? How can surveillance and the community's vigilance alert justice? So this is a pretty crazy situation. It was unprovoked. These people were just walking the street, and this dude just started unleashing on them. Mike, what's going on? Jimmy, TCG. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Soon, I'm going to be doing a show about the Black Pistons and the situation that happened with them at a bar. If I haven't told you guys, these two guys were arrested for beating an old man in mistaken identity. They thought the old man had a support pagan shirt on. And he didn't. Turns out he didn't. And these two got arrested. So we're going to talk about that down the road. I got a bunch of other shows lined up. Birdman Bobby, you guys don't want to miss that one. It's pretty good. He has these birds that sit on his shoulder. One of them talks. And the bird was talking in the interview. So you don't want to miss that one. Check out this clip.
Hey, everybody. This is Birdman Bobby coming at you from the studio. Had a great time here. Check them out. Check out our interview. Follow us on social. Birdman Bobby across the board. And I am chatting with Staxx.
Oh, yeah. That's coming up. And I got another one coming up. Oh yeah, I got a funny ass picture to show you guys too. Check this out. So this neighborhood went on lockdown, right? A hostage situation is underway. SWAT teams are running through the neighborhood. The SWAT guy is on the ground waiting in position, right? And the neighborhood cat jumps on this guy's back and goes to sleep. Hilarious. But stay tuned. If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my video every time they drop. I appreciate all you guys for checking out my show this morning. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. We made it through it live. Thank God. We'll see what we got going on next. And you know, I always bring you the dopest content, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I really appreciate your support. If you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch. Peace.